Hey guys, it's Angela, and I am back to do my Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 3 recap. This episode was called Oathbreaker, and I know that I am a day late in posting this, but I am here with my sister,
Hola.
and we're going to talk about Game of Thrones and what happened in last night's episode. So we start off with Jon, who has woken up from his naked slumber.
Yeah.
Yes. And we find out that Terman took a quick peeky while he was out.
I would have.
Yep, me too. And he tells him that he knows he's not a god because he has a small pecker, which we don't believe that. Do you believe that?
Lies.
Yes, that's what I thought. But he has the greatest first line ever, I think, for coming back from the dead, just looking around like a doofus and goes, "They stabbed me."
They did.
They did, especially that little shit Ollie who gets what's coming to him at the end.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. But if you're watching this video, you've probably already watched last night's episode. So I have a question about Jon.
What?
He has all these wounds, and he's like poking and prodding them when he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
Are they never going to heal over?
I don't know. I don't think they did on that other guy that was being brought back from the dead either.
Okay. So what if Ghost just like smells his blood one night and just starts licking his wounds and
Ghost
then
would never do that.
kills him again?
Ghost would never do that. Stop.
Ghost would never do that. Ugh. Speaking of dire wolves, we are down another dire wolf, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I just had a really quick thought. So you know how in the beginning of this series, we all thought that the show was going to follow Ned. Like, all of season 1 had Ned as the pivotal main character.
This one, he died.
Yeah, he died, and then now it's like a hodgepodge of people.
Yep.
Do you think they're kind of coming full circle with that a bit?
Why?
Well, because the last 3 episodes, so basically all of season 6, has started at the wall and ended at the wall.
I don't know.
I mean, the wall and Jon have had 2 scenes in each episode, whereas sometimes, like, most of the characters only get 1, and then we move on to a different place.
I think you're thinking too much into that.
Well,
Just saying.
I don't know, because the show revolved around Ned, and now, with my theories and what I think is going to happen, it kind of shows that it's starting to revolve around Jon a bit more.
I don't know. I think you're thinking too much into
And where do we think Jon is going? Do you have an idea? Like, is he going north? Is he going south?
I have no idea. Don't they pick somebody to ask?
I think he's just going to go be by himself for a little bit and, like, kind of clear his head.
Who's going to be the wall when Sansa gets there, if that's where she's going?
Well, yeah. Ed. Ed will be there.
Who?
His buddy.
That's not Ed.
Yes, it
Is
is.
that his name, Ed?
Yes,
I thought
it's
it was
like...
Pippin.
No, it's Dolores Ed.
That's really weird.
Yeah. But he'll be there when Brienne and Pod and Sansa get there. But I think Jon just really needs to be by himself for a minute and figure out his next move. And then I believe that he's going to Winterfell. I believe Melisandre had a correct vision. She saw him fighting in the flames. He's either going to hear about what Ramsay is trying to plan, or my theory is that he's going to hear about Rickon and try and save him, which Rickon is pretty expendable, don't you think?
Yeah, but nobody knows Bran's alive either, so...
Well, yeah.
Well, no. It's not widely known.
Yeah. But, like, I wouldn't put it past the show to kill off Rickon.
Which would be terrible.
It would be terrible because
They already killed the direwolf. Jesus.
we just found him in this episode, and holy shit, the last time we saw him he was like 4, and now he's like 14.
What happens? Boys grow up.
Oh my god.
These guys have been in Neverland where boys never grow up.
Jeez. It was crazy, like, shot up like a bean sprout. They're like, the boy was the same height as Asha. And I was like, that is not Rickon. He should be shorter than Asha. But nope. So yeah, I think that Jon is going to make his way to Winterfell, and
With what army? What's he gonna do?
he can get the wildlings on his side. And they can just, like, cause a whole shit ton of havoc. I don't know. I think that could be possible. He could get a wildling army together.
Sure.
But anyway, we're moving on, and we go to Sam, who...
Not important.
Not important, you guys. Like, I'm sorry. I like Sam. Yeah, he's all right. But especially with this episode, I wanted to see more John and wanted to know about his journey, and what happened, you know, more.
He said, deuces, bitches.
Yeah, what happened more with that storyline. But we see Sam on a boat, and he's taking Gilly to his home, and he's going to go to the Citadel and become a Meister. Tomato. And he's going to try and help John. How is that going to help John?
Oh, he thinks John is still Lord Commander.
Okay, so that would help him. Seriously, these Ravens need to get to work in Westeros, because they suck. I mean, John was dead, what, like a week ago, and Sam still doesn't know?
Nope.
Okay, next we're going to Bran and
Oh.
the three-eyed raven. And my most anticipated scene of this episode... Disappointment. I was so frustrated. We finally got to see the Tower of Joy, which is a big thing for people that read the books. If you've never read the books and you're like, why are all these people getting so excited about the Tower of Joy? That is where Ned and his buddies, including Howland Reed, came and rode up and fought against Sir Arthur Dayne and the other members of the King's Guard. And that was where Ned's sister Lyanna was trapped in a tower.
And died.
Trapped, inverted commas, and died. And I was like, yes, we're going to get to see some things because there's the R+L=J theory floating around. And no. We got to see the fight between Ned and Sir Arthur Dayne, and Bran sees that it doesn't end how he thought it did.
Whoopee.
That was all we got to see. How Howland Reed stabbed Arthur Dayne in the back, which Ned kind of looked pissed off about because that's not honorable. I learned something major out of this scene.
What?
Okay, whenever they say the best sword in insert continent here, you're gonna die a really shitty death, like being stabbed in the back. We had Sir Arthur Dayne this episode, best sword in Westeros. We had Arya Hota, who was the best fighter in Dorne, and he got killed with the Prince of Dorne by the Sand Snakes. That was basically just sucker punched him and he died.
Nice.
Yeah. So don't ever be proud that you have the title of best sword or best fighter, because that means you're getting axed pretty soon. And then Ned is walking up the stairs. He hears screaming, and it sounds like it could either be a child or a woman. Either or. And I'm wondering, well, if Lyanna is not in childbirth, why would she be screaming? Because
maybe she just found out Rhaegar died.
Well, there you go. But she's also the only one in the tower. Who else was in the tower with her?
I don't know. I didn't read the books.
The King's Guard were outside. Lyanna was the only one inside.
Did she have a maid or something? I mean, I'm sure she had like a maid or something.
Maybe. I don't know. You know my theory that I think it was John.
No.
So I think that, yeah, she just given birth to John. But anyway, Ned's walking up the stairs, and Bran is like, Daddy! Oh, Daddy, come back! And he stopped, and he turned around. And
Did you hear him? Or did you hear the wind?
He heard something. And the only thing that we heard was Bran Stark. So, I don't know. Okay, I have a crazy theory. Like, really great thing.
What?
What if Bran can kind of influence what happens? Like, because we have the dude from Star Wars trying to pull him away out of the vision before we get any more, which that was a dick move, old man. But what if he, can talk to them, they can hear him, I don't.
Do what? What you gonna do?
He could influence certain things. Like, he could influence the past. Because, here's where I'm going with this, sorry. The guy, the three-eyed raven, is now trapped in a tree. Okay?
Okay.
What if, like, somehow in the past, he's obviously taking Bran on this journey. So he can go back in time as well. And what if he tried to influence what happened in his lifetime, and that's how he got stuck in the tree?
I don't.
Because I want to know how the hell he got stuck in a tree. Because that really sucks. Anyway. So yeah, okay.
George R. R. Martin is too much of a sadistic little insert adjective here.
Asshole. Dipshit.
For anything positive to come about by the end. Except for Sansa and Tyrion being together.
No. Jon Snow is going to be the leader of Westeros, and that's going to be positive.
And Sansa and Tyrion will be together.
And Ghost will be sitting on the little iron cushion by his side.
Is he the last direwolf standing? No.
No.
One.
Summer.
Well, and Nymeria ran off.
Are we ever going to see Nymeria again?
I don't know.
Because she was in the books.
Yeah.
That would be good. She just comes trotting up like...
We start with 6 direwolves and you're already down half.
Yeah, I know. No more direwolf death, please, people. Okay, going on to Dany.
But wait, how many... So, only 2 Stark siblings are officially dead.
Robb is dead.
Who am I missing? Oh, just one of them? Never mind. Wow. It's hard to keep up with them all!
We're real good at math.
So just Robb is dead.
We have Robb, and then Bran, and Rickon, and Jon. And then the 2 girls.
Okay, so yeah, just one of them did die.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which technically, we can just throw Jon out of that cluster. Because technically he's a half-sibling.
He's not even their sibling.
He's their cousin. He's their cousin. Okay, so moving on to Dany, who's been taken to Vastalt Rack.
Yeah.
Yep, and they tell her there that, the Khalasar is going to decide.
Yeah, whether she gets to live in the temple or not.
What would they do if she didn't live in the temple? Would they kill her?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like next week that the boys are going to find her and rescue her, so.
Interesting.
Which we can't stay there too long anyway.
Oh, fun fact. Did you know that after season 3, she put a clause in her contract where she cannot be shown topless?
Really?
Hence, when they ripped off her clothes, you just saw from, here up.
Why did she do that?
I don't know. I guess there was too much nudity in Game of Thrones.
We saw Jon Snow's booty. Woo, woo. And damn it, Davos, for giving him a blanket.
I know.
Or a cloak. Davos is a shit. Anyway. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And Cersei and Bronn cannot be on the same... They cannot have a scene together.
Why?
Because they used to date and it ended badly.
Really? I do not see them together. That is... Welcome to this week's episode of Game of Thrones Odd Couples. That is weird. They can't... I thought they've had a scene together before, though.
Maybe one before they...
Well, no, him and Jaime had a lot of scenes together.
Yeah. Have you seen any with them in it?
Wow. And I know Emilia Clarke has scenes with, no one. She's like, oh, hey, you're on the show, too? Hey, come on.
Did you see her thing on the late night show one night?
No.
Whenever, I go out with cast members, like Kit Harington and such, everyone wants their autograph and they ask me to take the pictures because they don't know who I am because I look so different in real life.
Yeah, because she's got dark hair, doesn't she?
Uh-huh.
That's just sad. All right, so moving on to Marine. Varys is talking to a woman named Vala, and she's the helper of the Sons of the Harpy, and he's telling her, hey, you're going to tell me who's funding the Sons of the Harpy, or I'm going to come after little Dom, your little boy there. But if you tell me, then I'll put you on a boat tomorrow morning. I wouldn't have told him shit. I would have only told him if the boat was leaving right then and there, because the Sons of the Harpy are crazy.
Yeah, but Varys will protect her.
Yeah, he will, but,
He's a good fighter.
So, yeah, we find out that 3 foreign cities are funding the Sons of the Harpy.
Yes.
Where do you think that storyline's going to go?
I don't know.
Me either. They're up in the air for me. I really don't know. But anyway, Tyrion is having an awkward attempt at conversation with Grey Worm and what is
Missandei.
Missandei, yeah. And she speaks what, 18 languages?
19.
Oh, sorry, 19. And they can't converse and they can't drink. I just thought that was funny. I always love Tyrion scenes because they're really funny. Okay, Cersei wants little birds everywhere. She wants to take Varys's birds. And Qyburn is now the new Master of Whisperers.
Yeah.
And so
he's crazy.
Yeah. And he is sending them everywhere. And she wants to know if anyone's talking shit about her family. Or if someone...
She's a spoiled little brat.
Or if someone is plotting their good fortune at her family's downfall.
Whatever.
Everyone is, Cersei. We're all rooting for you to fail.
I really love the small council scene where they all get up and walk out.
Yes, she tries to insert herself in the small council, where it is Uncle Kevin, the Queen of Thorns, Grand Maester Pycelle. Who else is there?
Mace Tyrell.
Yes, thank you. And they're trying to pull this bullshit where they say, Jaime technically can be here.
Even though he never has before.
Yep. And then Cersei's also there with the mountain. And they decide to sit down, and everybody in the small council gets up and leaves. They're like, you can stay, but we can also go. So
I think that's hilarious.
Peace. I know. I'm really glad that she's being taken down some pegs. Because that last year when the High Sparrow shamed her, to me, that wasn't enough justice for what she deserved. That's just my opinion.
Poor Cersei.
Poor Cersei. And her son, Tommen, now the king, is speaking to the High Sparrow about, shit. I just lost my train of thought.
Completely left the station.
Whoop, whoop. But no. He's talking about how, his family is already being put through all of this and it needs to stop. And the High Sparrow is turning things around and, kind of molding his mind. He's like, your mother doesn't really care about you, blah, blah, blah.
No, that's the one thing he did say. Your mother
cares about you. That's right. Sorry. But yes, Tommen is just a mold of clay and everybody's just shaping him differently.
Marjorie needs to get out because, no offense, but she'll kind of shape him the best, I think.
I do too. But we got scenes for next week that, show she might not be so fortunate in getting out. That she wants to confess, but her grandmother is like, bitch, no.
No, I think that is...
Wants to team up with Cersei.
I think they're trying to get her out without confessing. Like Cersei did.
Like just doing the walk of shame shit?
No, without doing any of that. I think they're just trying to get her out.
Okay. Did Cersei confess?
I think so. Well, I mean, Olenna knows that if she were to start talking, that she might say something about Joffrey.
Who, Cersei or Marjorie?
Marjorie? She knows what happened to Joffrey.
That he got...
By Olenna.
Yep. Okay.
So I think they're just trying to get her out. And I think Cersei's teaming up with Lady Olenna to try and get back in good with somebody.
Anybody at this point.
Right?
Bring out, Bronn.
Shut up.
What happened to Bronn? Did he die?
No, he was... Last time we saw him, he was...
Didn't he go with Jaime to Dorne?
Yeah, but he made it out of Dorne.
Oh, yeah, because he just got, like, a little nick in that huge sword fight that they got. Like, bleep. But what happened?
We don't know.
I haven't seen him since last season, so they just left him in Dorne.
They didn't leave him in Dorne.
Prove it. Where is he now? We found Rickon, now we gotta find Bronn. They're just a character we used to know.
Well, they found Littlefinger for next episode.
Oh, God, yes. I was on Littlefinger's side, you guys. Like, that was really hard for me to watch him last season. Just do all this horrible shit. And then kind of, like, betray Sansa.
He didn't betray her.
He left her.
But he didn't know that James was gonna go batshit nuts. What?
Well, he swore to protect her, right?
Yes, but no one. I mean, like, there probably were rumors about him, but no one thought he would do it to like a lady of high birth.
Yeah, but now he doesn't. He just like left her and was like, oh, don't give a shit anymore. I'm going to seek my own.
He's going to rescue
fortune.
her in the episodes in the scenes for next week.
Littlefinger?
Yeah.
Well, it's taken him a whole season to get there. Before that, he's like, oh, yep, let me go up here and let's talk to Catelyn's sister.
He's getting there.
I don't know. He's got a whole lot of work to do. And speaking of next week, I'm excited to see Theon, even though his sister is being a bitch.
Hello.
I know what you're gonna say, but he couldn't help that.
But she didn't know that he was brainwashed.
Yeah, but I would think he would explain it to her, and she kind of still seemed like she was being a bitch. Wouldn't you explain it and be like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't go with you because I got my penis cut off, and this guy told me that I was reek and didn't let me bathe for like a whole season. I don't know. I am excited about Theon's storyline this season.
Why? You think they're going to name him King of the Iron Islands?
Well, that'd be really cool. And the King's Moot. That would be really cool. But I just liked how it started with him getting his redemption. And I want to see where it goes. Okay. Arya is at the House of Black and White. And Arya Jr. is whipping her ass. And
why do you call her Arya Jr.?
I don't know. I don't know her name. I guess she's no one too. And the only thing that I really cared about was Jaqen, because I think he saw it. Sorry. But she finally starts taking Arya Jr. down. And, is blind. So she's being blind and defeating her. And Jaqen, asks her who she is. And she says she's no one. And she gets her eyesight back.
Yay.
So she's just gonna chill there for a while. I really don't see her going back to Westeros.
I don't either.
She has no reason to. Especially because we know the Ravens going from city to city in Westeros are shit. How do you think they're gonna be going from Westeros to Essos? Just saying. They're gonna take like 4 seasons to get there. And then we go to King's Landing. Not King's Landing. Jesus. Winterfell. Winterhell. There you go. My sister has adequately named it. And Lord Umber, who is not Great John Umber. This is a new Umber.
Okay.
He is telling Ramsay and Lord Karstark that he needs help defending against the wildlings.
Yes.
Because Jon Snow was a dumbass and let them in. His words, not mine. Because Jon Snow's not a dumbass. But yeah, so because they're the northernmost city, settlement, house, they need help because the wildlings are coming over in stronger droves than before. And so he's like, let's team up. And, not
swear my loyalty.
Right, he just wants help. And to get help, he brought a present. He brought Asha and Rickon. And in order to prove that it was Rickon, what do we get?
A dead fucking direwolf. That's what we get.
With a hook through the head. Captain Hook murdered a direwolf.
No, that is not what happened.
I know. It's just so sad.
Very sad.
No more direwolf deaths, people. I can't stand it.
Dead direwolf.
We have 3 dead?
Yeah, 3 of them are dead. Lady, Shaggy Dog,
Oh, yeah.
and,
Greywind. Let's mourn. The King in the North. Oh, God, that scene was awful. I hated that shit. Okay, but yep, so they're now at Winterhell. And like I said earlier, I think Jon is gonna go on a rescue mission to Winterhell and say, hey, it's my brother. He is my brother now. And gather him and ride off into the sunset. Yeah.
Are you smoking something?
No. He's gonna gather all the Stark children together, and then they're finally gonna meet up with Bran, and Bran's gonna be like, you ain't a Stark, bruh. Get out of our family. You're our cousin.
dark blood in him.
But he is a Targaryen. Didn't they say there would be 3 riders on the dragons?
Well, if you go by the books, there's another Targaryen alive.
Which one was that?
One of Rhaegar's kids. They swapped him out. So it would be Jon's brother and Dany's niece, or nephew. They swapped out the little boy.
Dany's nephew.
And Jon is Dany's nephew, if the theory is correct.
So Dany is Rhaegar's sister. Okay. I totally forgot.
That would be the third, I would think.
Okay. Because I don't know if they would make a Tyrion.
Well, that's also another theory they could
Yeah,
do.
but they haven't mentioned any of those 2 theories. They haven't hinted at Tyrion being a Targaryen. They haven't mentioned the one escaping at all.
I know.
They haven't even really shown the R plus L equals J theory in the show, except with the Tower of Joy.
They teased you last night!
Yeah. Yes. So, I mean, they need to get to work on that. But yes. It's like, you know that something's fishy with Jon Snow's parents, because the last time he saw Ned. I don't know. Alright, and we return to the Night's Watch, to the wall.
Jon Snow turns in the most badass resignation ever.
Drops the mic, baby. Just drops it. Peace the fuck out. He hangs some people. 2 people I don't know. I don't know their names. Don't really care. But he hangs Alistair and Ollie along with them. And Alistair was like, I would do it again. And little punk-ass Ollie doesn't say shit. And I was just...
Probably pissing his pants.
Yep. I was glad. My sister's like, what do you have against Ollie? He was born. He's a little shit that stabbed Jon. Jon was telling Davos they stabbed him in the heart, but I didn't see any of the heart.
Maybe he was speaking metaphorically.
Right here in the heart. They stabbed him in the heart.
Okay.
He had such like a thick accent when he woke up. I'm like, geez, we haven't heard Kit's voice in a while. So yeah, they hang with the others, and then he turns to Ed, hands him his cloak, and Ed's like, what the hell, Jon? What do you want me to do with this? He said, what did he say? Wear it, burn it, I don't care, because my watch has ended. And he walks out. And that is where the episode ends. So yes, I think that he's going to go rest and recuperate. And maybe go find the pyre where he burned, what's her face? Oh, what was her name? Ygritte.
Yep.
Mourn a little bit and move on his march to Winterfell. It's really hard right now, though, because you don't know where his loyalties lie. Like, yeah, but, he forged these relationships with the wildlings, but at the same time, they're coming in, and Winterfell is closed, and if he thinks there's a possibility that his family's still alive, wouldn't he want to go and protect them?
Yes, but he is loyal to himself.
Well, I mean, when Robb and Catelyn died, and he was at the wall and he was flipping out, and Maester...
No, it was when Ned died.
Oh, and Maester... This is a hard word. Maester Aemon was like, what do you think I did when I heard about my family? I had to stay here.
Yep.
So, you made a choice, you gotta stick to it, but now he's free.
But it was when Ned died.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. When his daddy died.
By the time Robb died, he was just like...
Another Stark down. Just counting him off before he could claim Winterfell for his own. Alright, let's see. Somebody's gotta kill this Sansa bitch over here. So yeah. I'm really excited about this season. I thought this episode was pretty good. I was just really pissed off about the Tower of Joy thing.
Let down.
Big giant letdown. Big giant letdown. But I think that's it for this episode, and I'm sorry it's late. Like I said, I wanted to film with my sister because we could talk and theorize out loud. So yeah. Are you talking to me? I just thought you said hello. What the hell? Have a Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in another video. Bye.